All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Zach Moonshine with Metal Devastation Radio. And right now on the phone with me, I have Joe Sims from the band Axemaster. What's going on, Joe?
Hey, just going to be doing some work on the album here before too long. Wanted to chat with you first.
All right. So for everybody out there checking this out, man, what's going on right now in the world of Axemaster? What are you guys up to?
Well, I'm producing the album in my studio that we did, over the summer. We got signed with Pure Steel Records, and hoping the album is out by the beginning of spring. We're preparing to play shows to support the album and getting that all together. It's a real busy time, between producing and mastering the album and, getting ready to play shows. A lot happening.
Oh, yeah. So how long have you guys been jamming, and how exactly did this band get started?
Well, actually, this band was actually started in the 80s. I started it with our ex-drummer back in 85. And we did an album. We did a couple releases with Azra International Records out of L.A., and we've done some re-releases through a couple smaller labels in Europe. We did like 4 albums, 3 or 4 albums in the 80s, and then selected material of that was re-released by these other companies. It's a long story, but we started the band back up, and then we changed it to another band. Another name. It's a long story I won't get into, but Axemaster came full-fledged out of the gate, renewed in, it was about 4 years ago. And we've been through some different member changes, trying to fine-tune it, tweak it to get it, exactly to where we want it to come out strong.
Right on, man. So what do you think exactly, refueled you guys to get back out there and get back into it?
Well, really, I was in this other band back in the late 2000s, and I had reconnected with the original singer of Axemaster, and we started jamming and messing around, and we were talking about re-recording some of the songs that we had from back in the day that we never recorded, maybe doing an EP or something like that just for fun. And when I said when I made an announcement to through the people that I knew from the band I was in online, that Axemaster was going to do something new, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was just supposed to be a fun little side project, and I just got flooded with emails of people like, oh my God, Axemaster's back, and people were really excited, and I'm like, wow. I knew that people remembered us, but I didn't know that the reaction would be anything like that. And plus, Axemaster was always kind of my baby. I was the one that kind of pushed all the buttons in that band and played the exact kind of music that I wanted to play. So I have, put those two things together is kind of a no-brainer.
Hell yeah, man. The band name itself, Axemaster, how did you guys come up with that?
That's pretty funny. I don't know. I don't even know if it's still printed, but back in the 70s and 80s, there used to be a big magazine called Circus Magazine.
Yeah.
For heavy metal and hard rock.
I used to have a subscription.
Yeah, well, and I still got this cover of this Circus Magazine from 1982. It said Pat Travers. Well, the headline said, Pat Travers, the radioactive Axemaster. And I'm just like, wow, that's pretty cool, Axemaster. And I had actually written some songs in high school and had them recorded. I recorded them at this little 4-track. This guy had a 4-track, and just went over there and recorded them. We were thinking, I was thinking, what the heck do I want to name this? I was like, I remembered that, and I'm thinking, I'll just name it Axemaster. And then after that, we got a band together to, kind of play some of those songs, and that name just kind of stuck from then on. I still got the original cover.
That is badass, man. As far as like your musical influences, what do you think? What would you say really got you? What got you into metal in the first place?
Believe it or not, when I was a kid, when I was like, I don't know, in second or third grade, I was just all over the map as to what music I listened to. And my mom got this K-Tel compilation album that had a song by Kiss on it. And it just kind of blew my mind. And after that, I started discovering bands and I was hooked.
Hell yeah, man. What song was it?
Believe it or not, it's a song I don't even really like anymore. It's Rock and Roll All Night. Not my cup of tea, but hey, it's what got the ball rolling.
That's right. That's all that matters. So, it's not, the local scene where you guys are from. What can you tell us about that? Where are you guys from, and what's it like there?
Well, we live in the area surrounding Akron, Ohio. I mean, I've seen better. I've seen worse. You know, there are some places to play. You know, luckily, I mean, we're not too far from Cleveland, and most of the good shows come to this area. And yeah, actually, a lot of musicians have come from this area, going all the way from Camara to even Jeannie Lane. I mean, he grew up like 10 minutes from where I am right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I mean under a different name. Jeannie Lane's not his real name. But you know, Mark Bowles is from this area. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a signed singer, metal singer. You know, but I mean, there aren't a ton of opportunities as far as labels and things like that. But it doesn't really matter because, to be honest, our main fan base has always been Europe. From the first time our first album came out, I mean, Europe just ate it up. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you're familiar with the Anvil movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Where what's his name, Lips, is talking about how that Anvil goes over to Europe and everybody thinks that they're celebrities, and in his own hometown, nobody knows who they are.
Right.
I mean, it's not, I wouldn't go that far in either direction, but it's not that much different. I mean, I would say, you know, we're definitely better known in Europe than we are in our own hometown. But, you know, you'll have that. I mean, Europe has always been a hotbed for metal.
Yeah. Well, you have a ton of listeners out there in Europe, man. Those motherfuckers are crazy, dude.
Yeah, and what's funny is Pure Steel has got 4 bands from this general area. We're the 4th band that is signed from between Cleveland and Detroit. And in fact, we have a guest singer on one of the songs that'll be on our new album, who is in a band from Cleveland who just released their first album on Pure Steel, Sunless Sky.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I remember I noticed that the last time I was on Pure Steel's their website checking out bands, and I kept noticing, because I know that they are a European label, and there was a shit ton of bands on there that you know, their location and where they're from. I kept reading all these places in America, and I was like, that's crazy.
Well, Pure Steel ended up being a real, I mean, it was almost like it was destined to be, because our a guy who's kind of our unofficial agent in Europe, he's friends with the guys and set me up talking to one of the guys from Pure Steel, who just happened to be somebody who was into what Axemaster did in the 80s. And, you know, he really helped us out to, you know, talk to them on our behalf, I do believe. And, you know, so, I mean, it's just perfect because, I mean, Germany from the very beginning has always been one of the places that has supported this band incredibly well. And, we've never been on a German label. We've been on, an American label, a couple labels from Greece, re-released our stuff. But, it just seems like, the perfect thing. And you also see a lot of times you see trends that happen in Europe kind of filter over to here. And, hopefully it works out that way in this situation.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I mean, you guys fucking rock out, man. I don't really understand myself exactly why certain bands seem to get so much bigger over there and not here. Because well,
I think over there, the general public here, there are fantastic metal fans. Okay, we played a festival in Chicago this spring, the Ragnarok Metal Apocalypse. We played with like Grim Reaper and Riot, Picture. It was their first ever American appearance. And the fans there were unbelievable. I mean, you walk into that place, it was like walking into a time capsule whack in 1988. It was great. There are great American fans out there. The problem is the general population in this country, I think, is so trendy, and they don't really open their minds to and try and listen to different stuff sometimes. Whereas they do that in the general population over there more than they do over here. But the people who are metal fans over here, they're second place to nobody. Because the true metalheads in this country are true metalheads. But unfortunately, there just aren't quite as many of them, as far as the general population goes. But
well, as far as anybody out there that wants to check out your band, you guys have a website.
Yeah. It's www.axemasterofficial.com. The Axemaster Official, one word. Our Facebook page is the same, facebook.com/AxemasterOfficial. And, anybody, we return all our fan mail. We return any inquiries anybody might have. If, anybody wants to get in touch, we love to hear from people because, the fans are the most important thing in this. Ronnie James Dio had it absolutely right the way he was with the fans, and that's exactly the way we want to be, because no band, a band is no better than a garage band if they don't have fans. And you got to treat the fans right, and that's the way we want to be. So anybody want to get in touch, feel free to get in touch. It may take a little while because, like I said, things are happening at kind of supersonic pace right now. But, we will get back with you. One of us will, believe me.
Right on, man. Now, moving forward for the future, you guys are working on a record right now for Pure Steel, right?
Right.
Do you have a release date yet or anything?
The guy is unconfirmed. I won't say any specifics because it's unconfirmed, but it looks like early spring. In that general area, as long as, there aren't any, as long as there aren't any serious problems with anything, which I don't foresee, but, you never know. Things can come up. Right now, it looks like the springtime, and hopefully we're trying to get something to where hopefully we might have the opportunity to maybe play a festival or two over in Europe. That would be our main goal at the moment, other than, just playing general shows, would be to play one or two of, at least middle-of-the-road festivals over in Europe.
Right on, man. Now, Joe, for anybody out there that hasn't seen you guys live, what can you tell them, what is a live show with Axemaster like?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because this current lineup has only played one show, that Ragnarocker Festival, because we had decided that before we really got into playing shows, we were going to get this album pretty much done. That kind of came around, that's a whole different story how that happened, but, basically, it's just a matter that you just get up there and play, man. I mean, there's nothing there except for the fact that go out, rock your ass off, have a good time. We're having a good time. We want our fans to have a good time. That's the name of the game. It's no gimmicks, no BS. Just get up there and just rock your ass off and have a good time. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about the band having a good time and showing the fans a good time.
Hell yeah, man. Right on. Well, Joe, I guess I'm about out of questions for you, man. Is there anything else you want to add to let the people know?
Well, I really hope that, people will take the time to check out the new album, because I'm personally very proud of it. There's been a lot of time and effort put into this thing, and I believe that it shows. And we don't have any of the new stuff up on the website yet. We don't want to put that stuff up too early before the album's released. But, you go there and you'll get you'll hear some music from back in the day, get an idea what we're kind of about. It's kind of like a cross between doom and thrash. It's kind of like if you took early Metallica and put them together with Dio era Black Sabbath. That's kind of what we're about. Maybe throw in a little Slayer or Iron Maiden. And, hopefully people will take the time to check this album out, because I guarantee if you do, you will not be disappointed. You will be happy you did.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I second that, dude. I fucking dig you guys, man, and I've been playing you guys on my shows for quite a while now.
Well, appreciate it. I really think that this new album is definitely taking everything to the next level.
Well, as soon as you guys get that fucker out, man, let us know and we will promote the shit out of it.
Well, thanks, man. I mean, I've got most of it done. But like I said, before posting anything or submitting anything, got to go through the label and all that type of thing. Certainly don't want to piss anybody off.
Right on. All right, well, Joe, before I let you go, man, got to get you to make a station tag, cool?
No problem.
All right, just say this is Joe Sims from Axemaster, and you are listening to Metal Devastation Radio, where only the strongest survive.
Okay. This is Joe Sims from Axemaster, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio, where only the strong survive.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.